Hi everyone, this is Deb. Welcome to my channel or welcome back and thank you for being here. So the other day I received from Amazon my next to the last, no I can't even say that, another order from Amazon. And I had ordered the Tombow dual brush pens in pastel and in portrait. And because I actually, when I was going through my markers last week sometime, I decided I really like the Tombow markers. Now today, I had to stop watching videos because today I watched another video and they said, Ohuhu dual brush markers were good. And another one said, another one that I really trust because she's an amazing colorist, and that's Color with Maya. She said the King Art markers were good. So of course, King Art is now, actually it's not in my cart yet because I wrote and asked her a question. Because they have some that are labeled watercolor dual tip markers, and then they have some that are just dual tip markers. And I don't know which one she was referring to. So I would like to get her answer before I attempt to order. Not that I need any more markers. Anyway, these are what I had already. Well, when I bought the pastels, I didn't realize this is one of the same colors, this is one of the same colors, and this is one of the same colors. This one, however, is not in there. They have numbers on them, and I like the fine lineish nib kind of thing. It's not really fine, but it's a nib because it writes actually, and then the brush. So they seem juicy. I've had other markers with the fine tip and they barely write. I don't know if it says on here how thick the nib end is. Mm, I don't see it on here, but it does say hand lettering, that's the nib end. Fine tip gives consistent lines. Okay. Water-based ink blends, colors easily, acid-free, non-toxic, odorless. So instead of, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to save these for using in my mixed media, doing edging or drawing lines on mixed media projects or something, and or in my planner. I haven't tried them in my planner. And I'm going to use these for actual coloring. I'm not going to swatch these out today, and I'm not going to swatch these out today, but I thought I would pull out this coloring book, which I haven't used yet, by Coco Wyo. I was going to, it's all quotes and things, inspirational quotes. I was going to use one of my, or several of my acrylic markers in here, but I want to swatch these. And then I also got, or test them, I also got a Tombow dual tip blender pen, which I want to keep with these. Now I have a carrying case coming for markers and another one for pencils, and then I have to stop with the cases. Anyway, because yeah, that adds up too, and yeah, anyway. All right, so let me get these open. I am not going to color on camera, but I will come back and show you and give you my honest opinion on what I think. But I know I like them for other, oh, that's even pretty, for other uses. There is a pale gray, which I like too, a deeper purple, deeper blue. I don't have the deep blue or the deep purple or this. I don't have any green, yellow, dark yellow. I have this pink. I don't have, what number is this pink? 761, so it's different than the 800 or whatever it was I had. But this one, 723 I have, and 451, and I think it's this one. 620. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I will come back and show you what I've done. I'm not good enough, and it takes me forever to put you on, have you sit and watch. Okay. See you soon. Well, everyone, change of plans. I only just did a little bit of yellow, and I used the nib end there, and I guess I didn't realize that when these pages are backed in black, The water-based markers, the black started to show through. So I'm going to switch gears. I'll swatch these separately, I guess. I do want to look in this book, though, and see if it says anything about the mediums that work or not. Um, so has anybody else? See, there's a test color page. I should have done that. Actually, let me flag this page because I still want to do that page. But maybe I'll use acrylic markers instead. Let's swatch these on here. I'm just going to go in order. I'll use the brush. I don't see where it says. Oops. Yeah, see, I can see some of the black actually coming through. And this one's pretty streaky. I don't like it. I don't know if I'll even swatch all of them on here. But here and here you can see the black coming through. Maybe because I was taking short strokes, but on the smaller spaces, you need to do that. That didn't do as bad, but when you go over stuff, I'm going to try that bright yellow. I guess I'll just go ahead and do them. So let me know in the comments if anybody has used a coloring book with the black pages, and have you done water-based markers, or do you only use that for alcohol markers or acrylic markers or colored pencil? I think that's going to be how I will approach it going forward. Now they don't seem as bad if you lay the brush on the side and do it, but there's a lot of little things that I need to use the smaller tip, and I don't think I can. And I didn't really push that hard. It was just going around the circle on the center of the flower there. So I've heard acrylic marker fixes everything. So I'm going to use acrylic paint pen, excuse me. And try, that's a pretty blue, isn't it? And that's the one I didn't have before. And I didn't have the darker purple. And I'll write what these are later. All right, they seem to do okay if you just do single, strokes, like in wide sweeps. But that pink, and I had trouble with the pale yellow back on that other page. All right, so how many are supposed to be in here? Where does it tell you? 5. Okay, yeah, they have the colors with the numbers on the back, and the numbers are on the pen, and the colors only on the cap, but the number of it's back here with the color. So I will write the number and the color, and well, I won't write the color because they're not named, I don't believe. It just says Tombow water-based and the number made in Vietnam. So there you have it. Okay, well, wonder if I should keep trying with a larger area and see. So lesson, use the color test page if there is one. But again, I don't think there's anywhere in here that says, I think it goes right into, and they did not go through to the next page on the color test, so that was good. Maybe it's the ink on the front of the page. Well, now it looks like it, all right, I'm going to keep going. Sorry, I just am blabbering on, but that surprised me that I got that dark spot. I'm going to keep going. All right, see you soon. Okay, everyone, I finished it. I used only the Tombow dual brush pens in pastel. I really liked them for doing the words and the flowers and stuff. The only thing I don't know if it's this paper, but the colors do look like the yellow and the some of the lighter colors especially, they look sort of like you can see the black on the back through the page when you're doing it, and it made me think, as you heard in the beginning, that my markers were either going through the page or faulty. I do not like them for doing the background. I would never, ever again try and do this background. You can see it still looks sort of streaky, but let me tell you, it looks a whole lot better now than it did as I was doing it for the background. And I found that the gray, the light gray marker in particular, the nib end, because I was trying to use the nib to outline around stuff before I did the brush, and I actually was finding the tip of the brush pen better for that because the nib end seemed to be scratchier than all the other ones. But maybe it was because I was using it more. I hope it's not going dry already. And that's one of the things I have not heard anybody say in any of their marker reviews and stuff is like come back and do a follow on if they after they've used them for a while and tell you stuff like that. You know, how do they hold up? Because also on some of the brush tips, I kind of wish they were a little more like a foamy texture. I don't know if I can, well, this is a shiny background, but I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it kind of folds down sort of flat, so you can't to use the very tip you have to hold the pen really upright, and even then sometimes the little tip of the brush will bend, so you run the risk of going out of line, which I did a few times. And that brings me to point number 3 is I don't know how to correct that on water-based markers. Do you use water? Do you use I tried to do that with one of these, like blend a boo-boo up here or something. Um, and this sort of got all yucky, so that I'm not happy about that. I might try and go back over that with the markers again. Also, um, this is not a fault of the pen, this is a fault of me. Um, but when I'm coloring, I'm right-handed. So like if I'm doing over here, I tend to go like, you know, have my hand on the page, and this is as a result of that, and I don't know how to fix that. And some of this is too. I think they're the only two spots. So then after that, I was starting to be very careful and trying to, you know, so I guess I'll suggest two things. Either work from the middle out and try to keep your hands kind of off the page, or get like a blank sheet of paper and like lay it over here if you're working this way and then move it, and you know, so that you're not putting your hand, it didn't come off on me or my clothing, luckily, but it just, the heat, I guess, from my hand made it bleed a little bit there. And up here was the same. I was trying to do stuff over here. So that happened. What would I use in the background? Probably either a paint marker or, and I haven't tested those yet, so they're next. Or possibly alcohol markers because they have the ability to cover a larger area, I think, without um, looking so choppy. Now, because this is a cloud, I don't mind having a little variation in the gray color because clouds do, you know. But if I really wanted it to be solid without streakiness at all, I think I'd have to use, or hopefully not at all, I'd have to use alcohol markers. Um, I did on the, and also on the test page, let's see, back here somewhere is the test page. I decided it's probably not best to use that for, where the heck is it? For swatching all the colors, but since this is new to me, I did. But what it is good for is to see how they blend. Now you could do like one or two of the colors, like a lighter color and a darker color, because it was helpful to me to see that the yellow didn't do what it did back on that other page. And in fact, when it dried, it was fine, because I was panicking at first. Um, The gray is more streaky, both on the brush and the nib, and I don't know what's up with that. But I used this one and I used the yellow, and then I went over it with the dark blue, and to get this sort of greeny yellow, they don't blend great, but they blend okay. Now I went over that then with, I think with the blender brush, and it has a different, like a puffed up feel to it, almost like it has a coating. So I don't think that's what this is supposed to do, right? And I thought, well, maybe this is the Tombow blender pen for water-based markers, I thought. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of gave it a funny feel, which I didn't realize at first. Anyway, so yeah, that's something. This would be a good place to test your colors. I did end up writing in all the colors that, on the back. And I will put the date on here too. And so this is my Tombow dual brush pen pastel marker test page. And I think I'm going to use this book to do my tests because it's not something I'll gravitate towards coloring unless I need some inspiration, which I do. But anyway, so let me know what you think. Have you used Tombow brush markers to color pages, and what are your opinions of them? And I think it turned out pretty good. It took me 2 3/4 hours to do this, not counting about a 5-minute bio break and stuff. So I took up a lot more time than I thought, but part of that is there's a lot of little dots and dashes, and the dashes didn't take long. Going around all this stuff with the gray took probably a half hour of that last amount of time. Um, yeah, so I think I did okay except for there and putting my hand here and a few other places I went out of the line, which I can't see them right now. And in some places I think the gray went in the line. A couple of them I went back over the color so you wouldn't notice. But otherwise I think it came out pretty good. Let me know your thoughts. This is two shades of pink, the light and the dark. Yellow, pink, orange, yellow, the rainbow. And I got upset because I thought, oh no, I was supposed to put yellow there and orange there, but no, it actually is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, navy in some places, and purple. We don't have navy in this set, but there is a darker blue. And then some people, some of them have, it's actually red, orange, yellow, but I only have pink. But some of them have pink before the red, and some of them have pink after the red. I don't remember ever seeing pink as an official rainbow color. But anyway, I'm using pastel, so it was pink instead of red. I really like it despite the issues that I had. I think it came out pretty good. I wasn't concentrating on shading. I did a little of the two color stuff on the leaves, just in the dark blue with the green, and I like how they came out. I did two tones on all these, and I did try and shade a little bit on these particular leaves. I was not really going for a lot of fancy skill stuff, but yeah, I just wanted it to test the markers. Anyway, that's enough. Let me know what you think down in the description down below. And that's it for this video. I will talk to you again very soon. Hugs, love, and peace.